community. Na Mheshimiwa Speaker, mimi kwangu nimeongea na Mheshimiwa Faisal hapa. Na nimewahi kuuliza yeye ni kiasi gani ya hili shamba imenyakuliwa. Na ameniambia ni eka 16. Bwana Speaker, hili ni jambo ambalo hata inasidi wale ambao wanahusika, wale kamati ambao wanahusika na hii. Na Bwana Speaker, mimi ningependa kupendekeza ya kwamba waziri wa ardhi mwenyewe aweze kufika hapa baada ya likizo ambayo tunaelekea leo. Bwana Speaker, hili ni jambo ambalo ni gumu sana. Kwa sababu hata mashule mengine, hata kwangu, kuna watu ambao wamenyakua shamba ya shule huko kwetu. Na hili ni kitu ambacho lazima serikali ishughulikie kwa njia ambayo inatakikana. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Speaker, mimi napendekeza ya kwamba waziri wa ardhi mwenyewe afika hapa ili aweze kutueleza mambo mengi ambayo yanahusu ardhi.
Mheshimiwa Nyekal, alafu kisha tutamsikiza mwenyekiti. Kidogo mwenyekiti, tumsikize Mheshimiwa Nyekal wa mwisho.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Wa kujaribu kuboresha.
Mr. Speaker, I just want the committee to look at a much deeper question relating to land. The problem is so much that the documents that we use for land procedures and processes are no longer look valid. When the committee is looking at this, can they really look at documents like a search certificate? What does it mean you have a search certificate and then later on you find that the search certificate did not reveal all the details about the land? Why then should citizens pay for that certificate? Two, what we call titles. People have titles and yet transactions can go on and later on the title is found to be invalid. Where, and these are government documents. Where is the process and what do we do? And we need another way of actually using documents that have detailed information which the government can take responsibility for. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mheshimiwa mwenyekiti ya kamati la ardhi. Oh, unataka kuchangia? Na ni wapi kama mwenyekiti wa kamati ya ardhi? Kuna mtu yeyote kutoka hiyo kamati hapa katika bunge? Haya, Mheshimiwa endelea, alafu hiyo yako ni ya mwisho kabisa kuchangia hiyo.
Mheshimiwa Speaker, nashukuru kwa kunipa nafasi hii. Mwanzo nichangie ndugu yangu Faisal kwa ile mambo ambaye amesema. Lakini Mheshimiwa Speaker, kitu cha kwanza ambaye sijui katika ombi ya hiyo request yake kama alisema, Mheshimiwa Speaker, hatuwezi kuwa na land officers ambaye wanashiriki kwenda kufanya maovu haya ambaye anakuja kubadilisha hata kunyakua misikiti na ardhi za makanisa. Kwa hivyo sijui kama ndani ya tungeomba kamati watoe hukumu ama inaitwaje? Hiyo hukumu kwa wale ambaye waofisa wa mashamba walihusika katika ubadilishaji wa haya. Pili, vile ndugu yangu amesema kulete waziri hapa. Mbeleni tuliambiwa ya kwamba wanaenda katika system ya kidijitali kuweka mashamba katika system ndio tuweze kuondoa, pengine ndio tuweze kujua kama hiyo system ya kidijitali inaendelea katika ile kusajilisha wamiliki wa mashamba. Kwa sababu tukiendelea na hii mambo ya kawaida hii ya manyu, hiyo ndio inatusumbua zaidi. Kwa hivyo ningependa kamati itoe hukumu kwa wale maofisa wa mashamba ambao walihusika katika uporaji wa shamba hili la msikiti. Asante
kama hakuna mtu kutoka ni Naomi. Mheshimiwa Naomi, wewe ni naibu wa naitwa nini?
Kiranja.
Wewe ni naibu wa kiranja la chama cha wale wengi.
Yes.
Unaweza kutueleza utapeana ahadi fulani ya kuhakikisha kwamba tumepata majibu kuhusu yale kauli?
Ndio naweza peana, na kwa sababu tunaenda on recess sasa, tukisharudi
recess kwa Kiswahili inaitwa nini?
Likizo tunaenda kwa likizo, na baada ya kutoka kwa hiyo likizo tukipata muda ya wiki 2 itakuwa sawa.
It's so directed.
Asanti.
Now, next one is the Honorable Member Victor Koech, MP for Chepalungu. MP for Chepalungu, proceed and put the request for your statement.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Tourism and Wildlife regarding the serious human life conflicts currently being experienced in parts of Chepalungu constituency. Honorable Speaker, on the 18th March 2025, the late Kevin Kipkemoingetich, son of Mr. Paul Ruto, tragically lost his life after being attacked by a crocodile while washing clothes in Chepkulo River. Kevin, a 16-year-old from 3 students at Nogirwet Day Secondary School, had returned home from Sunday service and proceeded to the river to wash his clothes and take a bath. Sadly, 3 hours later, his clothes were found floating midstream, prompting local residents to raise alarm. Upon investigation, a crocodile was sighted, confirming the tragic incident. Honorable Speaker, it is sad to note that despite being informed promptly, officers from the KWS, who are located barely 2 kilometers from the scene, delayed their response by over 6 hours. It was ultimately 2 elderly community members and a youth group who retrieved the body from of the deceased. This is not an isolated incident. Residents of Chepalungu have long suffered repeated human-wildlife conflicts with crocodiles, the hyenas, elephants, and other wild animals frequently attacking and killing people, livestock such as goats and sheep, and even destroying crops. These losses have devastated livelihoods, undermined community security, and severely affected the socio-economic well-being of residents. Further, Honorable Speaker, residents around Chemengwa, Kinyanga, Lugumek, Kabalwa, Kosia, Nogirwet, Kapkulumben, Chebelion, Kaboson, Kamosiro, Kamongil, Kaptumo, and their environs largely depend on casual works offered by conservancies and large-scale farmers across the river. Many also rely on sand harvesting activities along the river banks to earn a living, put food on the table, and pay school fees. However, their lives are now endangered by the growing crocodile menace, making daily survival increasingly perilous. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Tourism and Wildlife on the following: a detailed report on the measures taken by the ministry and the KWS to mitigate human-wildlife conflicts in Chepalungu and the wider Bomet County. 2, Honorable Speaker, an explanation for the delayed response by KWS officers in the incident involving the late Kevin Kipkemoing-Etich and steps taken to ensure such delays do not recur. 3, Honorable Speaker, information on the compensation, if any, provided to the family of the deceased and to other victims of wildlife attacks in the constituency. Number 4, Honorable Speaker, details of a long-term strategies the ministry is implementing to prevent loss of life, protect livelihoods, and secure communities from recurring wildlife threats. And lastly, Honorable Speaker, number 5 is plans by the ministry to assist affected communities, for instance, construction of at least 2 footbridges across the river under the Kenya Wildlife Service Corporate Social Responsibility (CSR) programs to enhance residents' safety. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
We have another statement which is sought by Marianne Keitani for the same committee, and I will direct that you take it also so that they can respond to it all at the same time. These are very similar statements being sought.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 44 2C, I rise to request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Tourism and Wildlife regarding an incident of human-wildlife conflict in Chepkilot village in Aldai constituency. Honorable Speaker, there has been an increase of incidents of human-wildlife conflict in Aldai constituency. Notably, on the 14th of April 2025, a wild animal attacked and killed 6 sheep belonging to Mr. Josiah Kipkemboi Tanui of ID number 22154512 in Chepkilot village in Aldai constituency. The matter was reported to Bonjoge Police Post under OB number OB0514/04/2025. Similarly, on 13th of April 2025, 14 sheep were attacked and killed in the same village by wild animals. The attacks have left the families in a state of fear and agony, while also threatening their livelihoods as the wild animals target their livestock. Honorable Speaker, it's against this background that I request for a statement from the Chairperson on the Departmental Committee on Tourism and Wildlife on the following. 1 is a report on the measures being taken by the government to address the cases of human-wildlife conflict in Aldai constituency, and 2, measures being put in place by the government to compensate Mr. Josiah Kipkemboi Tanui and other victims who have suffered the wildlife attacks in Chepkilot village in Aldai constituency. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
There is not much interest. It's a very straightforward thing. Straightforward statement being sought. Yes, Kurgat, you have something to add to.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, just to enrich the question that has been asked, especially by the Member of Parliament from Chepalungu, Victor Koech. Just, first of all,